Well, hello and welcome to this special Google Hangout with me, Maya Waldundele. It is a new dawn in Nigeria. It is the very day that President Muhammadu Buhari becomes president, president-elect becomes president, and it is a beautiful thing. Right now, the inauguration ceremony is going on channels television. You can watch it live, and it's happening at Eagle Square in Abuja, Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. And really, it's an exciting event. For the first time, the opposition, beats the ruling party to become the government. And basically, this hangout is to let Nigerians give the Nigerians the opportunity to let their voice be heard. It is an opportunity for Nigerians to tell this new government what they expect. It is an opportunity for Nigerians across the world, Nigerians in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, to let the government know what they expect. Basically, that is what we're going to be doing on this hangout. So as the ceremony goes on in Abuja, people who do not were not able to make it can as well join this hangout, and let's see how far we can take it. On the hangout, I have two gentlemen. I have Dr. Ayobade, who's calling from Austin, Texas. Correct?
Yes.
I also have Angela Adebayo, who's calling from Nottingham in the UK. Thank you so much for joining the hangout, gentlemen. I'll start with you, Angela, because you joined first and you probably would leave the hangout very soon. So, very quickly, how do you feel about this event? Let's start with that.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. Because first time when a position is taking place, I think it shows a difference in the way we Nigerians now vote, and you know, there's a lot of promises ahead. There's promise of change. I mean, there's a whole lot of things wrong with Nigeria right now, and yeah, I just think, I just think now is the time for change. I just think things can happen differently as from today. Yeah, and it just gives me hope. Yeah, it's all right.
Great. So you say it gives you hope. I mean, that is exciting. That is a feeling a lot of people have right now. Hope for a better Nigeria, hope for a Nigeria that we probably have been praying and hoping for. But what are your expectations? First, I want you to tell me the last time you were in the country, and I want you to tell me what impression you have of the country as of this moment, before I go on to ask you what you expect to see in the next 4 years.
Oh yeah, last time I was in Nigeria was just last year September. I mean, I live there. I just study here. So yeah, well, right now I think the country is a complete mess, and it's worse than what it was when I left, and it's just been happening that way. It's just been becoming worse, and you know, I just think everything has changed, but the ruling party hasn't changed, and this has been since '99, yeah, since '99, and now the ruling party is changing, and I've listened to Buhari a couple of times. And I think, he's someone who can get the job done. Yeah, that's it, right?
Great. So, in the next 4 years, what do you expect to see? What do you want
Right.
to? What do you want to see?
Well, I try not to have too high expectations, but because, it's really, going up from a complete low. But yeah, I expect to see public funds being spent more sensibly. I expect to see a more transparent government. Expect to see power. I mean, that's a major thing. I expect the economy to be way better. I expect the strength of the naira to increase. I expect poverty levels to decrease. I mean, I expect transport and to be easy. I mean, let's start with the basic things that every country should have. Yeah, let's start from there before we move on to the complex things. So yeah, that's what I expect. I mean, if Buhari can give us an almost stable power supply, beautiful transport system, a non-corrupt government with good fund allocation, education, as well as reducing poverty and unemployment. I mean, that's successful for me.
Great. Thank you so much. Now over to you, Doctor. I'd ask you the same question. When was the last time you visited Nigeria? Hello? All right, can you please take that again? I didn't hear you. All right, so how do you feel about today's event? All right, so I've asked you the last time you came to Nigeria, and I've asked you how you feel about this event. Now, what I'm going to ask you is what you expect to see. Now, when I ask you what you expect to see in the next 4 years, I'm talking about policies. What are the things you want to see personally change within the next 4 years? All right, thank you very much. Now I want us to take some of the issues up one after the other. Corruption, of course, you've touched on that, and this is something the Muhammadu Buhari campaign, really hinged their campaign on. They really promised that corruption was going to be dealt with. But another key thing they promised was change in all ramifications. But hey, when we say change, how do you understand change? How do you understand it? Let me just ask you, get a feel of what you understand by change. And questions for you, Doctor. All right, thank you very much, Doctor. Angela, I'll ask you the same question. What do you understand by change, and in what ways do you expect to see it in the country?
Yeah, I think this is obviously a country due for change. I want to say change in every, in almost every aspect really, because I mean the system is completely is faulty. You know, we want to see we want to see more transparency, um, public funds to be spent properly. Like you said, the government citizen relationship. You know, w- once let's know that the rule of law applies. No one's above the law. You don't, it all starts from the government. It all starts. You see, the reason why I think Buhari can actually bring change is, is his conduct. His conduct proves it. He he's just different from every other leader I've seen. I mean, I've just seen about three or four, but I mean, he's completely different. He's 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 very disciplined as well as humble, and he and Osibajo are people who can deliver change in employment, electricity, present issues. For example, look at the forest scarcity situation that was on for a couple of weeks. It was absolutely terrible. Businesses shutting down, and nothing was happening. Look at the security situation up north. So many times things have just been ignored. These things happen every day, and we don't even get enough information about it. It's like, no one cares. Before the army started performing proper operations, it took quite a while. I mean, these are things that have to change. And I think Buhari is someone bent on changing such.
All right, thank you so much, Angela. We have a new caller. We have Oluwaluwon Leke. Thank you for joining the hangout, Leke. Awesome. So, we've been talking about the incoming government. We've been talking about what people expect to see and what they expect of this government. So, I'll start by asking you how you feel about what is happening in Nigeria today. Awesome. So when Mr. Muhammadu Buhari came on the platform of change, that was uh, that was what they hinged their campaign on, change. So I want to understand what do you make of this change? How do you understand change, and what changes do you expect to see within the next 4 years? Now, what policies are you expecting this government to put in place? When I talk about policies, I'm looking at things like power, I'm looking at the oil sector. These are sectors that have always been controversial over the years. So, what new policies are you expecting to see in place? All right, thank you very much, Leke. I'll come back to you in a bit, but let me go to Dotun now. Dotun, so there are some projects that were created by the Goodluck Jonathan administration, and now people are wondering which will be scrapped, which will be continued, will all be continued, or will all be scrapped. We really don't know what to expect. So, what policies? For instance, let me mention a few. There's a UN project, for instance, and it's been said that the outgoing government has asked that it should not be scrapped. For instance, what do you make of that? Would you want that to continue? That's the UN project. All right, thank you. We have a new caller. I have Oseni Dimeji. Hi, thank you for joining the Hangout.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Where are you
Hello,
calling from?
I'm calling from Mushugbo.
Yes, I can hear you. Where? Oshogbo. Okay. Uh, please tell me your Twitter handle if you have one.
Yeah, I have a Twitter handle
Hello?
at O underscore Azen. Hello, can you hear me?
O, yes, O underscore
O underscore Azen. Herzen.
Herzen.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Herzen.
Okay, great. So very quickly, how do you feel about what is happening today in Nigeria? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Great. So how do you feel about what is happening today in Nigeria?
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
All right, go on.
How do you feel about Buhari becoming Nigeria's president?
Um, uh, First of all, I'm very excited. I'm happy. Of course, this is a new government, and I'm excited. I feel the coming of this new dispensation will bring good things. I feel the change that already yes.
All right, thank you very much. We have another caller, Gabriel. Hi, Gabriel. Good morning. Where are you calling from, please? All right,
Italy.
we're in Italy.
Dynasty people.
All right, thank you very much. But let me ask you another question. What policies are you hoping the Buhari-led government will put in place? Also, Boko Haram is one major issue the government will have to deal with. How do you suggest the president goes about? All right, thank you very much. And Doctor, I'm back to you now. Oil subsidy, what should be done? Please hold on a second, Doctor. Please hold on a second. Hi, Osheni. Hello, Oseni, can you hear me? Okay, we just lost Oseni. Just very quickly, would need everyone to try as much as possible to be silent when the hangout is on, because when you speak, it filters into what the next person is saying, and we can't hear clearly. All right. So once the hangout is on, please try as much as possible to maintain silence, or you can just mute your mic so that when I call you to make your contribution, you can unmute. All right. Okay. So please do go ahead, Dotun. Okay, thank you very much, Johnson. Let me quickly bounce this off of Leke. Leke, Doctor is calling for a lot of people to be probed. Don't you think this would amount to the witch hunting that the outgone government has warned against? Okay, so how far back will this government need to go? Where will they start failing from?
Tell the truth.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gabriel. Before you go ahead, Oseni, thank you again for joining the hangout. I would like you to please maintain a level of silence while the hangout is on, because noise from either one of you will filter in and distort the conversation. Oseni, did you get that?
Yeah, I got that. I got that.
Okay, so please, I could hear you, speaking a lot to people over there. So please do
All
try
right.
to maintain a lot of silence, absolute silence if possible. So, Mr.
All
Gabriel,
right.
how far back do you think this administration should go in probing and in righting wrong, so to speak? Okay, so let's talk about the Shopee project. This is one project that the Good Luck administration kickstarted. What is your take on it? Is it something you feel the new government should continue? All right. Back to you, Doctor. Social security. This is something really crucial. I mean, Nigerians, there are a lot of cards that a lot of means of identification that Nigerians use, and it doesn't seem like there's anyone that is particularly effective at this time. You are over there in Texas, and I know that definitely there will be, perhaps a better means of identification for all citizens and even visitors. What would you suggest? What would you like to see change in that regard? Okay, Joshua, I can hardly hear you, so I don't know if you should probably move closer to your mic. Okay, this is much better. All right, thank you. Leke, do you have anything to say about this? All right, back to you, Mr. Gabriel. What would you say the government should do with the confab report, the report from the National Conference? All right, thank you very much. Dr. Same question, confab report, what should be done? All right. Do you think, or what would you say concerning the states controlling resources residents, you know, in their state? Should state governments, be given control over whatever resources, whatever mineral resources is found in their states, or should it, remain with the federal government within the jurisdiction of the federal government? All right, Leke, I saw you nodding. Is there anything you'd like to add to that? Thank you. We have a new caller, Sally Ola Dimeji. Thank you for joining the Hangout.
Thank you very much.
Great. So if you would please lower your webcam because I can barely see your face. There's a lot of headroom, so bring it down. Yes, awesome. So we've been talking about expectations of the new government led by Muhammadu Buhari very quickly. What are the things you expect this government to tackle head on for starters?
Okay, thank you very much. The issue of governance and leadership is not about a one-man job. Okay, I think all Nigerians have to participate in making Nigeria a better place to live. It's not about an individual person. The attitude of every Nigerian has to be positive towards achieving a good governance in Nigeria. If only one person is at the top trying to achieve good, but others are working negative direction, then we are going nowhere. You get my point? So what I'm expecting is that our Nigerian attitude can all change toward achieving positive things in Nigeria. If people are working in one person is working in positive direction and others in negative, then we are not going to anywhere. So what I expect is Buhari should set a foundation for good governance to continue in Nigeria, such that whoever is coming later to govern Nigeria can follow that foundation and keep moving. Whenever there's a transition in government, there should not be anything like up and down. You understand? It kind of shackles. Everything should move smoothly, continue, and from there, Nigeria can move towards a greater height. But he said, whenever there is a change and we still keep going back, coming up, keep going back, it doesn't make sense. Buhari should set a foundation such that other governments can come, build on it, and with that, I can see a Nigerian that is going to move forward and people's mind will change positive direction. Because the rate at which the rate of corruption we have in Nigeria is too high that it's not a one-man job. So all Nigerian attitude have to change positively towards achieving this positive aim. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sally. Very quickly, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Where in Saudi Arabia?
Damam.
Can you please spell that?
Damam, DAMM.
Okay, thank you so much. Gentlemen, we're about rounding up this conversation. Is there anything you'd like to say, before we round up? Doctor, I'll start with you. Any last words on the hangout? Thank you so much. Mr. Gabriel. Mr. Gabriel, please hold on. I have a new caller who's in a noise. Okay, you may please go on now. Yes, please go ahead. I had someone interrupt the conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. Leke. Thank you so much, Leke. So back to you, Saliu. Do you believe things will change in the next 4 years?
Yeah, I believe things will change, but things are way far very bad. So things will change, but it's going to be a long journey. You understand? Because with the state in which Nigeria is today, I think there's a long way to go. But I think it's the beginning of a new dawn. So probably things will change, but we have a long way to go. And one point I would like to add is this: whatever law we have, whatever law we have in Nigeria, whether at the federal, state level, or whatever sector, should not be. We shouldn't play with it. Whoever goes against Nigerian laws should be punished. Why people believe in corruption and why people insist in being corrupt is that when they are corrupt, they don't get punished for it. You know, but when people know that whenever they go wrong, they'll be punished, I am sure that people will start stepping back from going against Nigerian law, wherever, whatever level it is, whether at the state, federal, whatever parastatal it is. So whatever law we have established, we shouldn't play with it. Whoever the person is, whenever it goes against it, it should be dealt with. But with that, I think things will start changing. If someone is throwing, for example, a pure water on the road, if there is a particular law attached to it, it should be dealt with. You understand? Not just you just feel that you're above the law, you just disobey and you go. With that, you are encouraging people to be more corrupt and we are encouraging people to go against the government. So I think that's one very important point that we still have to take note of. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. It's been a wonderful conversation, I must say. In fact, I do feel as if we're part of the history being made at this time. And of course, we will pray that the hopes of Nigerians will not be dashed. We will also pray that things will actually change henceforth. And of course, God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much, wherever you are watching this. It's been a pleasure. My name is Maya Ogundele. Thank you for watching.